Good day, Primary 6. This is Teacher Ann. How are you today? I hope everything is fine. We are now on the Unit 2, Living Things and Their Environment. But before we proceed to this lesson, let's have our vocabulary. I want you to copy these words in your notebook and translate them in Thai language. Okay, let's read together. Environment, organisms, population, community, physical component, biological component, climate, climate change, global warming, depletion, ozone layer, pollution, deforestation, extinction of species, drought, flood, wildfire, conservation, exploitation, ultraviolet rays. Okay, let's read one more time. Follow after me. Environment, organisms, population, community, physical component, biological component, climate, climate change, global warming, depletion, ozone layer, pollution, deforestation, extinction of species, drought, flood, wildfire, conservation, exploitation, and ultraviolet rays. So you can pause this video and copy these words. Last week we already had an introduction of this lesson, and you already gave examples of living things. Okay, what are living things again? You said living things breathe. Okay, meaning to say living things have life. Okay, and you said living things like animals, plants, what else? Microorganisms. So those are examples of living things. Insects, you said humans, yeah. And now let's read this. What is environment? So the environment is everything around us. The environment is made up of everything surrounding an organism and all the factors that can affect the growth, development, and survival of an organism. Last week, I asked you to give an example of non-living things that affect the growth, development, and survival of an organism. And you said water is an example. Yeah, correct. Water, soil, air, those are few examples of non-living things that affect the growth and development of an organisms, right? Okay, so what are this environment? Okay, so what can you see in the environment? So temperature, right? Temperature of the surroundings, amount of water available in the surroundings, amount of light in the surroundings, minerals available in the surroundings, and what else? Other organisms living in the surroundings and other factors that can affect the survival of organisms in those surroundings. Okay, so those are the components that you can see in the environment. Okay, so a fish in water, there must be enough water in its surrounding for the fish to stay alive. It eats small organisms living in its surroundings. If the fish cannot find enough food to eat, it will die. Birds eat fish. Therefore, the survival of the fish will also affect by the presence of organisms that eat fish. Okay, so that is about environment. So there are two factors in the environment. They are the living things and non-living things. So living things like plants and animals, the organisms, microorganisms, they depend also to the non-living things. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next. Organism. What is organism? Organism, organism is a single form of life. So I have here few examples of organism. What is this? Cactus, right? Cactus, cactus, single. Okay, this is a single form of life. Single means one. Okay, one cactus. What is this? Squirrel. No, it's not. It is a chipmunk, right? This chipmunk is a single form of life. So this is an organism. One chipmunk, that is organism. What is this? Dragonfly, that is correct. Okay, dragonfly, one dragonfly is an organism. What else? Do you know this fish? Piranha. Yeah. So piranha, one piranha is an example of organism. So here in your book, it says here that an organism is an individual that has life. Okay, so that is organism. Now let's proceed to population. Okay, what is population? Population is a group of people or animals living in a certain place. Okay, so here in your book it says a population is a group of living organisms of the same kind that live together at a particular place at a given time. So here are few examples of population. Okay, what is this? Population of, what are these animals? Population of deer, that is correct. How about this? Population of fish, okay, the same kind, okay, the same kind. Population of fish, what is this? Population of, this is a maple tree, yeah, population of maple tree. Population of ants, okay, population of ants, meet my, okay. Now, can you give me an example of population, students? Can you give me an example of population? Okay, so next week I'm going to ask you some of population, okay, example of population. So I already give you example. So again, we have population of deer, population of fish, population of a maple tree, and population of ant. Okay, what is population? It is a group of people or animals live in a certain place, but remember that is they are the same kind. Okay, so now let's proceed to community. Community is when populations of different organisms live in the same place. Okay, so there are different kinds of communities. Please open your book on page 19. Okay, there are different kinds of communities. The first one, we have field community. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can find in the field community? You can find their love grass, lalang, mimosa, ants, what else? Grasshopper, yeah. Minus, you know what's minus? They're birds, butterflies, snails, and other organisms that you can see in the field community. Number two, we have leaf litter community. Leaf, like ka? Okay, leaf litter community. Okay, so the conditions in the leaf litter community are usually damp, cool, and dark. Okay, so what are the organisms found in the leaf litter community? Okay, we have earthworms, millipedes, centipedes, ants, termites, woodlice, fungi, and other organisms. Okay, can you give me an example of this leaf litter community? Okay. Number 3, we have pond community. Organisms found in pond includes aquatic animals and aquatic plants. So can you give me an example of aquatic animals? Aquatic animals in water that you usually found in pond. Okay, for example, like fish. Okay, fish. What else? Frogs, right? Yeah, frogs. Newt. What else? Okay, and some other animals that live on the pond. And how about aquatic plants? Okay, aquatic plants, we have the cat's tail. Okay, lilies. Are there lilies there? Lotus. Yeah. Okay, we have also garden community. Organisms found in a garden include caterpillars, butterflies, bees, toads, frogs, snails, and so on. And of course, there are different kinds of trees, flowering plants, and ferns, and are also found in the garden. Okay, next we have the rotting log community. Okay, rotting log. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can see here? Example, we have the earthworms, millipedes, centipedes, slugs, scorpions, and fungi such as Jew's ears and bracket fungus are seen in a rotting log community. And we have also single plant community. Okay, so single plant, for example, one tree. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can see? For example, ants, right? Ants, what else? Worms, yeah. Okay, we have also seashore community. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can find in the seashore community? Okay, for example, we have the crab, seashell, right? Okay, and we have also ocean community. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can see in the ocean? For example, you can see the fish. Okay, what else? Turtle, right? Snake, octopus, what else? Squid, okay, so those are a few of the organisms that you can see in the ocean community. Okay, now I want you to take a look of this and you tell me what community. Okay, what is this? What community is this? This is field community, right? Okay, field community. How about this? This is leaf litter community. Yeah, leaf litter community. And you can see there are mushrooms. What else? This is pond community. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can see here? We have worms, snail, leech. We have newt, okay, froglet, perch, this one, water beetle, tadpoles. Okay, and what are the plants you can see here? Yellow water lily. Okay, there are frogs. Okay, and we have also, what is this? This is garden community. Okay, so what are the organisms that you can see in the garden? Butterfly, yes, dragonflies. Flowers, right? Plants, okay? And this is the rotting log community. Okay, rotting log community, what can you see here? This is, okay, these are fungi, Okay, there are also like growing plants on it. Okay, and what is this? This is a single plant community. Okay, what do you think? You can see here in this plant, ants, worms. Okay, and then we have the seashore. Okay, seashore community. And you can see here there are birds, right? Okay, and maybe there are some crab crawling here and shells. Yeah. Okay, and this is the ocean community. Okay, so what can you see in the ocean community? This one is a turtle, fish. Okay, and then you can name all of the organisms that you know which lives in the ocean. Okay, and then, yeah. So this is the level of organization. This is what we call ecological organization. So the first one, we have organism. What is organism? Organism means an individual, only one. For example, one clownfish. What is population? Next is population. For example, there are 4 clownfish. So this is population of clownfish. And then community. Okay, so community, it includes what are different population. Okay, for example, population of seaweeds, population of clownfish. This is population of, I don't know what type of fish is this, dory in Nemo. And then we have the ecosystem. Okay, in ecosystem includes all the communities and non-living things. Okay, remember that in ecosystem includes all the communities and non-living things. As you can see here, the community of the aquatic living things plus non-living things. So there is now water, there's air, there's like sand that you can see here, there are rocks. Okay, so this is what we call levels of ecological organization. Okay, for your homework, I want you to read pages 21, 22, and 23. Okay, you're going to write, read page 21, 22, and 23. Okay, this is all for today. Bye, primary 6.